Well, good afternoon, everybody. Terry Levin from Awesome Dynamics signing on with the Awesome Dynamics Show, our weekly webinar where we talk about website, search engine optimization, and how we can help you get more targeted customers. So I want to take you around and introduce you to everybody else. I want to say, first of all, I'm in beautiful Vernon Hills today where it's like 40 degrees and rainy and just spectacular spring weather that we're having. And I know Robin will share that same weather over in Chicago. Robin, introduce yourself.
Yes, I am currently in Chicago. I do the search engine optimization, and we're going to get you ranked higher on Google, and you're going to get some good tips on the second half of this webinar. And over to Paul.
Hi, Paul DeWarian, owner and president of Awesome Dynamic, and I'm talking to you from sunny Fort Myers in Florida, and it's roughly 90 degrees out right now, sunny, and I could tell you that my least favorite weather is exactly what you have right now, Terry. I would actually rather have snow and 32 degrees than rain and 40. That rain just chills you to the bone, especially you get a little wind with it. So I'll see what I can do about bringing this weather back when I come back in June. How's that sound?
That would be good. I'm sitting here in my office with my fleece zipped up to my neck because it's cold in my office, and it's almost May, so we need some help. So maybe you can bring that back to us. Anyhow, let's get down to business. Let's talk a little bit about what we do here at Awesome Dynamic. First and foremost, we want to bring you targeted customers looking for exactly what you do or what you sell. And we do that in a few different ways. We start with responsive web design. We are creating websites that are responsive. Responsive websites look good on a big monitor and all the way down to a tablet and to a smartphone. Very important in this day and age where over 60% of all searches are done on mobile devices. So we can help you with that. Search engine optimization. We will help people get to your website, draw new customers to your site, and translate that into some new dollars for your business. We do Amazon seller consulting. We help people in many different ways to get on Amazon with their products and to sell a lot of product. And we'd always love to talk to you about the different ways we can do that. And last but not least, we do the Google Street View Tours, which is a great way to have people preview your business online, see what the place looks like, get a feel for the size of your business, and it also will give you a nice bump on your SEO because if your competition doesn't have one and you do, it's going to give you quite a boost. So those are the ways that we can help you get new customers. Also, just want to say that we would always love a 5-star Google review from you if you find our webinar helpful, and you can do that right on our page down at the bottom there, and you get a good look there at our staff while we were sneaking around there. We also have a events list here, and I don't think we have anything currently going on, but a lot of things coming later in the summer, a lot of get your business online seminars, etc. And lastly, we have the awesome list. Get on our mailing list to make sure you're up to date on all the latest and greatest information from Awesome Dynamic. I want to introduce one more of our team who's on with us now also. Blake, you want to say hello?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry I'm late. Uh, Happy to be here. I'm on the SEO side, and I'll be your show note taker for today.
Blake, you're on Buenos Aires time out there, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. So are you basking in like 80 or 90 degree sunny weather too?
It's kind of cold out here. It's about 55 degrees the last couple days.
Wow,
Cold for me.
that's just like what we got. All right. Well, hopefully better days are ahead. So
Blake,
anyhow, so we've just given everybody a pretty good rundown on what we do and took a look around the website. The first part of our webinar is always where we feature a business that wants to get an idea of what their website, how it evaluates, and also talk about their online presence. And for anybody watching now who'd like to have this done for them, reach out to us, and we would be more than glad to feature you. It's a great way to get a feel for what's good and what could use some help with your website as well as with your online presence. Also wanted to mention that if you're logged in today to watch the show here, you can type in some questions for us. Paul usually monitors those for you, and we'd love to interact with you and help you with any questions that come up. Meantime, we're going to start off with our feature today, which is Furniture by Jason. And I want to turn it over to Robin. If you could start off by giving us some first impressions on the site.
Sure. All right. I do like that you have your business name really large here, and it's right in the title as well. It's very clear what you do here. I would probably say that you want maybe a variety of your best pieces, maybe a big slideshow here, and then something else you can do is put your name, address, and phone number up here so that Google can read exactly where your location is. That can help you rank in the area a little bit better. I do notice something that's off a little bit here is all of the titles. They're just aligned to the right, so if you could get those centered, that would make the overall first impression a little bit more professional. And we can see just from first impression, handmade furniture is the biggest thing I see on here. Can't find the right furniture, have it made. So I would say, handmade furniture, custom furniture, and just a lot more visuals because your product's very visual. Because for someone to click over to the gallery, that's another click that they might leave the page before they ever get to the gallery. The contact us is below the fold. So the fold is just like as if you had a newspaper and you folded it in half. So they can't actually see your phone number from right here. So they'd either have to scroll down or they'd have to press contact us. And on a mobile site, it would be even more difficult to find the phone number right away. Okay, something else I think you can put on here, I know you said you're located in McHenry and you want to rank for the towns around, probably make a list of towns right here, just right on the homepage, saying that where you can make the furniture or deliver the furniture to. But yeah, you can see that some of these pictures, go ahead and take these and put them on the slideshow. I think that would be very effective. And I noticed that you don't have any service pages here. So what I would do is probably around here, you can combine the About Us and Home page, but you need separate service pages for each item or category of items that you make. So if we go under Gallery, I can see you make tables, shelves, maybe some more custom items, side tables. So I would definitely make a category for each one of those here on a drop-down menu. And then what you can, or it could be just across the whole menu is another trend that we see in websites is you just forget about this whole menu right here and just put it like up here or drop down there. Then you put your main things that you sell first. So this could be like tables, chairs, shelves across here. So it's a much more visual website. And then on each one of those pages, you want to put some examples, stress that you do custom. And then the other thing you can do, it would definitely have your contact information on every page. And then you also want to have 300 to 600 words, and videos would help out a lot too, especially with this product.
All right. Well, that's a great start on there. And I know for me, I always look for, like you said, there's no contact, the contact down lower, no big call to action, call for an appointment or, some kind of thing like that would be great. And I think you said the biggest thing is the pictures aren't where we like them to be right up front. I mean, we got to capture these people, let them know how beautiful this furniture is before we get into getting them to the gallery, because these people may not be getting to the gallery at this point. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that stands out for me. Paul, what do you think? What do you think we missed?
I was just going to reiterate the same point, the fact that these beautiful furniture pieces really need to be the showcase in the main homepage slideshow to draw me into the brand, and the fact that you have these wonderful pieces you can make, and I need to know that right up front. If I don't get to the gallery, I don't see all that. In fact, I did take a few moments to check out the site. I noticed that you have a lot of pictures that are in your Instagram and Facebook that aren't on your website. So those need to get not only on the gallery or website, but pick your maybe 3 or 4 or 5 best pictures and get those in that homepage slideshow as well.
Yeah, so you're not getting any of the credit of these photos for your website. Instagram's getting the photos instead, or the SEO credit.
All right, so I think I think that's, pretty clear that that's one of the biggest things that needs to be adjusted here. Again, the phone number and the address, all that thing, none of that's visible when you first pop on, and we always talk about the 3 to 6 seconds to, get an impression, and people want to see that info, and all that needs to be taken care of, no question about it. Blake, you see anything on there you want to run by us?
I think Blake's having a few audio problems on his end, but
All right, we'll
I'll pop in and say one more thing.
Okay.
It's all about the first impression. What is the first impression I get when I come to the homepage? This picture is great that Robin has on our screen. This speaks to the professionalism of the studio that he does his work in, and the showroom that he has. I didn't even stumble across this photo when I was looking at the website. I went to home, I skipped the about page, I went to the gallery, and I immediately started looking at more portfolio pieces on Instagram and Facebook. I didn't even see this really cool shot, which shows that this is the front of the store doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as this shot. This shot impresses me, and I think this needs to be like the main photo that comes up first. What are you going to say, Robin?
Oh, yeah, this is like when you walk into the actual physical location, and right away you get a sense of handmade, custom, high quality. So it's really something you want to portray on your website. And also to add a little bit more trust to the website, a lot of times a picture of the owner in the beginning. I can see you got the intro here, but if you had a picture of yourself up here, that would be, or you talk about your kids here, have them all sitting at a table. So that would be something that would add a local feel, and it would also add a lot of trust to the website.
This would be a great website to have a little video from the owner on there. I think would be really good.
Yeah, you could talk about his passion for making furniture, and why it's so important to him, and why he's in the business. I mean, just knowing that. Yeah, you think about artists. A lot of people really like to look at the reason why people get into what they do, and that brings value to the product. And I think that's something that Jason can certainly do by speaking to why he got into this and why the designs he makes are so unique. And
that's a great point. You can buy a table anywhere, but why buy this table?
Yeah, that's the unique selling proposition that he needs to bring. Absolutely.
Very good. So, Robin, how does this site check out on the page speed and mobile friendly and those issues?
All right, let's take a look at that. I'll close the social media right here. Let's take a look at mobile friendly first. Okay, we can see yes, you passed the mobile friendly test. If you didn't, this would be red here. And let's see the score on Page Speed Insights. Your mobile score is 73 out of 100. So these are a few items you can fix that your web developer can fix. So some of the pictures need to be reduced in size so that it'll load a little bit faster. But you did pass all of these items, which is great. User experience, 100 out of 100. That's very rare. We usually don't see that. So that means it's easy to click on everything, and it's an easy to use on your phone or tablet website. Desktop, a couple issues here, but 86 out of 100 is a great score. All right. So now that you have the basics of a good website, promoting it is a whole nother thing. So the load time is 2.1 seconds for your home page. I'd still like to see that definitely under 2 seconds. We can see that you passed a lot of items, but we still have a couple here that we can improve upon. Especially it says optimizing some of these images so that they fit better on your site. I think that'll make a big difference in the page speed load time. All right. And
is that site on WordPress? Do we know?
How can we check that? Let's see. Powered by Website Builder.
To a trained eye.
Yeah. I'm just looking at this little button. GoDaddy Website Builder.
Is that what it said at the bottom?
Yeah, I just clicked this button. But if you wanted to look on the back.
So Robin found it. So the GoDaddy, the other thing that's interesting with the GoDaddy website builder, we just had an SEO call with one of our clients, and we just made two of his websites, transferred them or remade them in WordPress as opposed to the GoDaddy website builder. And the reason why we recommended he do that is so this way he can start with a really strong foundation from which to build on the SEO program. Using website builders like the GoDaddy website builder or Wix, or there's a lot of different things that are out there, you'll always run into some sort of limitation of something that you can't do for your SEO. There's hundreds of things to do, and I've just seen so many roadblocks with some of these easy-to-use website builders. They might be easy to use, and a lot of them are, but sometimes they're easy to use at the detriment of actually being able to do anything about your ranking.
Okay. All right. I was just curious about whether, there's something we could dig in to fix on, work on this, but we'll talk about that part of it later. But just curious on how it was built. All right. So now, anything else we missed before we start looking at some of the online? Okay, here we go.
Yeah, this is one big thing you can switch. This is siteliner.com. You just type in your URL and it comes back with your duplicate content. So it looks like, I see what's going on here. It's saying that you have 39% duplicate content, which is very high. You want to get that down to definitely under 20, if not 10, so that you don't get penalties from Google. But I can see that you have very few pages on here. That's why this is so high, and it looks like you just have 2 home pages. So the solution for that is to, well, you can do it a couple different ways. You could you don't want to delete the page, you want to redirect it, and so that you don't lose that value. But I mean, it could be also, I see this one's HTML and this one's homepage. Paul, did you want to jump in on that?
Sure, that's exactly what it is. It's 2 home pages here. So there, it looks like the main home page is there, then there is a second home page developed at some point, and they both probably have the exact same content. So Robin's assessment is right. The first reaction is, yeah, just okay, we'll just delete the page. Well, now you have 2 URLs, and we don't want Google to see one of them as a 404 not found and penalize you as a result. So you'll basically eliminate that second one, home.html, and then create what's called a 301 redirect that will point that back to the real home page. It sounds technical. In WordPress, there's a plugin that you can actually just paste the 2 URLs and it takes care of it for you. But you could talk to GoDaddy and ask them to do a 301 redirect for the home.html to the main domain, and they'll take care of that for you. They actually put a little entry into what's called the htaccess file that instructs Apache on the server to do that. So that's the technical stuff that happens in the background, but that's basically what you got to tell them. Or just send them this video.
And Jason, we could probably translate that into English for you at some point if you need some help, because I'm right with you. Okay. So, by the way, Paul, anybody is Jason? Any questions coming through or anything at this point?
I'm watching the questions. I don't have any questions so far, so we can certainly move right along on some of the other things that Robin has set up for Jason here.
All right. Where are you taking us next?
I just wanted to check your Google My Business page. It's the most important social media page you can have. It helps you rank on Google. It helps users get the correct information about your business. And there's a lot of benefits to it. So if you think Facebook is the #1 social media platform, it's Google My Business for sure. So let's check your business. So we'll do furniture by Jason. I see it's you have it popping up right on here. And nice job, you're on the map. If you didn't have a listing, it would say we can't find you. Let's create one. But now we can see what you're missing on your Google My Business page. It looks like you are missing some photos. So typically they want 3 interior photos of the business, 3 exterior photos, and then they would like 3 photos at work. So maybe you working on a piece of furniture, and then they also would like to see 3. Well, any additional photos as well, and then 3 photos of the team. So if it's just you, 3 photos of you. And then double check your phone number. Okay. So we can check that with the website. Okay, looks like it's a little bit hard to read here. 815-403-2020. Okay, so that looks good. Hours, you don't have your hours filled out. And if you don't have a physical location that's open, that's okay, but if you're available by phone at least, you can put the phone number and then the hours you'll be available by phone. Because you do have the physical location, but if it's not quite open or if you have seasonal hours, you can also put that right into Google. It's great that you have 5 Google reviews because you now get your 5 stars showing up.
I think that's new for him. I think he just got some of those. That's great.
Yes, he attended a review party and got some of the reviews. And any of your happy customers can definitely review you.
We should take just a second to talk about that. And, I mean, that is just one of the easiest ways to really help yourself. And it, won't cost you anything. When you have happy customers talking about how great your furniture is, you ask them if they'll give you don't just ask for a review, but you want to be asking for a 5-star Google review. And as Jason has just accomplished, he has the 5 of reviews now, so the stars show up. And as we get into the search results, we can talk a little bit more, Robin, about what those stars can do for you.
Yes, here's a great example. Awesome Dynamic has 59 Google reviews, average of 5 stars. And look at that. Because we have these great reviews, we have keywords showing up right in the reviews. People can call us directly from here. They know the hours when we're open. Without even having to leave Google, you can see that we already have a ton of information here, and this is what's called the knowledge graph.
Which I always mistakenly call the infograph.
Same thing. Yeah.
Blake sent me a quick chat on. We know he's having his audio issues. He had a couple items that he wanted to pipe in about the website. I'll just read off the list real quick. He said a video on the homepage would help. Name, address, and phone number in the header and footer. There's no specific service or product pages. There's no active blog on the site. The copyright date's down at the bottom, so we don't know if the site's currently active or live. I like to see 2016 down there, something that auto updates with each year. So you're like, oh, okay, this is a new business that is in business, etc. And a virtual tour, and I thought that was great because his business, especially with that awesome-looking showroom, is definitely built for a virtual tour. It'd be cool to be able to go right down that area and look at every single little thing that he has to offer. I think that would be awesome to have.
Yeah, great point. Way to go, Blake. No question about it. That virtual tour would be tremendous for furniture by Jason, no question. And again, when we'll get into the search results, but when we're talking about those 5 stars, having those 5 stars will get you calls above some of your competition that may actually rank higher than you, because when people are looking and they see them, they're going to go, I want to do business with the people who's got all those 5-star reviews. So a very important thing to do and to keep up on and to be working on getting more constantly. All right, Robin, where are we?
I just put 2 keywords in here, but there's hundreds of keywords you can rank for. We can see Lake County Furniture here. If I put it in quotes, it's going to find the exact competition. So there's only 1,180 people or websites ranking for these words in a row, Lake County Furniture. So if you had a page all about Lake County Furniture on your website, you could probably rank in this, try to get to the first page pretty quickly. If you do some more SEO techniques, you can see that there's only 1 review and no reviews and these are the top guys showing up for Lake County Furniture. So if you just do a little bit of SEO here, you could probably pop up on this first page within a few months, if not sooner.
Right, and with those stars, you'd be the one they're calling.
And if we look at custom furniture, and I'm searching, keep in mind, from Chicago, but you can see custom furniture is probably going to have a lot more competition. Yep, it's got 500,000 versus this 1,180. So It'll probably be a lot harder to rank for custom furniture, but if you, let's say, you see one review, no reviews, custom furniture, let's say you want to rank in Lake Forest. We can see the competition's only 746 here. We can, if you had a page all on your website just about custom furniture in Lake Forest, I mean, you could definitely get a little higher up on there. Any other keywords we can put in here?
Well, I was going to mention when I knew this was coming up, I recall another seminar that we did recently, and there was a furniture store in Lake Forest that had trouble coming up in Lake Forest. So a lot of folks are like, oh, yeah, it's going to be too hard to do this, and I don't want to spend the time and energy doing this. Well, it might not. I know you did Lake County, but yeah, if he's targeting specific towns, the likelihood that you could come up for, furniture store in Lake Forest or furniture Lake Forest wouldn't actually be that hard because a lot of places that are there aren't even ranking in that area. And you look at this Google search that Robin did, custom wood furniture Lake Forest. You got a place that is out in Barrington that's coming up. You see it. That's the JG Wood Products Inc., and that's nowhere near Lake Forest. And the other two are actually coming up in, what is that, Des Plaines?
Des Plaines, and yeah.
Okay. So
look at, yeah, you can see the spread on this is really large.
So I call this big opportunity is what I call this.
Absolutely. Did we did we look at a McHenry search just to see what's going on with him in there? He's popping up at all?
You might not have the words wood furniture on there. If we looked at, here we go. If we do custom furniture McHenry, number 2 result. And you can see they're all really close by here because the scope is really small.
So I have a question. Why is it showing 5 reviews but not the stars?
That could be because sometimes it takes a few days or a few weeks to get them really popping up there.
Okay.
Another reason could be, something's flagged. So maybe they're questioning one of them. It could be you were on the Wi-Fi, so maybe they're in the process of looking at it. Another reason, I mean, it could be tons of reasons. So.
Okay. Just wondering myself on that one. All right, so I think the safest thing to say here for Jason is there is a ton of opportunity if things are done right to get him up top and with his stars, really to drive some new customers his way with some good SEO and some cleaning up of the way the website's set up. We can really do wonders for him. I think he's got a lot of opportunity. Everybody agree with that?
Certainly.
Absolutely.
All right, anything we missed before we move on to our next subject?
No, I just hope. I hope his 5 stars turn into gold stars because that's gonna help him. And look at the other 2; they don't even have websites. So, yeah, it's gonna make a difference, and I'm looking forward to seeing that happen for him.
All right, Robin. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, let's move along, Robin, to your subject of the day.
All right. So I have Lake County furniture here. Let me take that out.
Are you going to tie in this idea into today's blog? Or this week's blog?
Well, yeah, you can take these. I was going to take that as an example. If we took Lake County furniture, we wanted to get some of those competitors off of the map there. We can, and this is the Awesome Dynamic blog. You can check out some of our past blogs and get some SEO tips. But let's see. We have. I wanted to start off with just explaining the difference between white hat, gray hat, and black hat SEO. This is where Awesome Dynamic lies in the white hat SEO. So what this is techniques that are approved by Google that you're not going to get blacklisted off Google or some other websites. Black hat is the exact opposite. That's like really old SEO techniques or, keyword stuffing. If you put a ton of keywords on your website or something like that, you're gonna either rank lower or get major penalties and have to recover from those penalties, which is much harder than not having any at all. Then gray hat's kind of in the middle. So sometimes it's, SEOs have, arguments about them. This is good, this is bad, or maybe this one's kind of okay, but you won't get penalized. But so that's kind of the borderline stuff right here. So what this method is, it's technically landing in the white hat method because it lands in Google's guidelines, which you can actually find, and we got a link right here. So here's Google's guidelines on how you can represent your business on Google My Business. So that's what we just went to, that Google My Business listing, that GYBO.com. So there's a lot of rules to list your business on here. And you have to be eligible, you have to have a physical location, things like this. So if you find that one of your competitors that's above you is not following all of these guidelines, what you can do is flag them and report them to Google. And that eventually Google will find it, but if you flag them and say, okay, you got to look at this guy first, they're going to put it at the top of their list. And they have people working full-time to get these people off of Google if they're not following all of the rules. For example, if you have, a physical location and you're following all the rules of Google My Business, you have the hours, everything, you're available during the hours, everything like that, you're doing 100%, everything 100% correct. At the same time, you can have people that have like a P.O. box, their business address is their home. That's a big one. If you have competitors that you can see clearly on the map that they're on their home, then that's definitely something that you can get them flagged for. Do you have any some more examples, Paul? Of I know you've done this. You've actually done this for Awesome Dynamic.
Yeah, so I want to get into a couple of those things a little bit further. So I think, I forgot when it was, but someone asked me, well, what if I do have my business on my home and I don't mind if someone just, I do serve clients or meet with clients at my home during the business hours. Well, Google's perspective is this: is there a sign on the road or on the house that says, yes, this business is here? If someone randomly walks in without any sort of appointment whatsoever and walks right in the front door, are they A, allowed to do that? B, would they know to do that because it looks like a sign on the building? And 3, if they go inside and they say, hey, is business ABC here? The people inside will say, yes, you're in the right place. How can we help you? So a P.O. box is not one of those things. Neither is a pack and ship place, nor is the post office. And your house isn't one either. So that's Google's perspective on using these different things as your address, and that's why you don't want to use those. So what you can do is partner with another company that you might have a strategic partnership with to represent your business there. If you do work virtually, and obviously if someone does walk in, they'll see your sign. Someone will be there and say, yes, you're in the right place. How can I help you? So long as you're able to meet those criteria, then you're allowed to have your address listed on the map. Conversely, if you're not able to do that, then you really should be using what's called a service area and hide your address. Now, this does bring up a problem, which is you're not going to be able to use the citation portion of getting your business promoted online through ranking. So, Robin, would you mind pulling up the pie chart again? The reason I want to bring this up is because a big part of ranking on Google, at least locally, is to have your citations be very, very consistent with each other and match your Google My Business name, address, and phone number. And you can see that's the orange piece of the pie at 13.6%. If you have to hide your address because it's violating Google's guidelines, you basically aren't able to utilize or do anything about this 13.6% of the pie that could help you rank better in a geographical area. So unless you have a real physical address that people can walk into, then you can't exploit this to your advantage on ranking on Google. So you're putting yourself at a disadvantage, but you have to follow the rules, because if you don't, you could get blacklisted or your listing will be taken down. So wanted to explain those points. Now, Robin, where were you at in the article? What was the next point that was there? Would you mind going back to that for a moment? Great. Let's see. Interact with people during the business hours listed. Business under construction are not allowed. Business must be the name, your real world name. That's another big one. A lot of people put like the key words of what they do in the name of their business, and that's not allowed either. Or they'll just call themselves, like I was looking at this and was doing it for Awesome Dynamic. I found a lot of companies that called themselves Chicago SEO. When in reality it was some weird name that didn't say anything about Chicago SEO or web design or anything at all. It was just whatever their business name was that didn't indicate what they did in their business name. So there's ways to go ahead and flag those things, and I think that's the next piece that Robin is going to get into. Is that correct, Robin?
Yeah. Yes. So all you have to do is go into their. You can go into their Google My Business listing and just say, okay, this person's not following the rules. You could use MapMaker as well. So if you just search Google MapMaker.
Robin, do you want me to do a quick demo?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me set this up here. I'll share my screen. And I will present to everyone. That is not the blue screen of death. That's the blue awesome logo. All right. So you can actually do it right from Google Maps, and my favorite way is just do it on the phone. So I happen to be in Fort Myers, so that's what we're looking at here. But let's help out Jason. You're talking about Furniture by Jason earlier, so let's check out Furniture Store. What did you guys do before? Custom something?
I did custom wood furniture and custom furniture.
Okay, so furniture. So we could see right here, I can see Furniture by Jason here on the map here, but just taking a look at some of these other ones, what is Aaron's here? So what I'll do is I'll take a look at this. Do we actually see Aaron's? So I'll look and see, okay, here's Aaron, so it looks like it's a legit place. I'm not familiar with it, but we're good, and then I'll take a look. Just says Aaron's, that's fine. So I'll go back to the results, and Rent-A-Center, okay, Furniture by Jason is right there. Oops, go back to the results. Let's see here. There might not be, this one looks like, all
so
right.
We're looking for violations, basically.
Exactly. So look at this one. So this one's Braun Furniture. This looks really suspicious to me. It looks like a whole bunch of warehouses. I don't see a sign. Now, this isn't a neighborhood, but I'm clicking on the map, and I'm going to look around. And this is what someone who's going to check the work to verify that my report of this violation is true. So I'm not seeing anything on the street here that has anything to do. Yeah, no signage. I'm not seeing anything here. And I'm just going to go back and double check the address. So it said 1317 North Drive. Go back on here. Does this have any address on there? Let me go down the road.
So if they were renting office space here and they had a sign, just like how this business has a sign, even though it looks like you wouldn't really, have a huge showroom there, but if you had a sign, that would be good enough for Google's guidelines. So.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
Because it doesn't look residential.
Yeah. There's another place. I mean, I'm going all the way up and down North Drive. I'm not seeing any addresses. I went up and down the entirety of North Drive, and I don't see anything that has to do with the furniture store. So I'm confident now that I can report this. I'll suggest an edit, and I'm going to click this box, say this place never existed. hit submit. So now what will happen is somebody else that's on Google, either at Google or another person that's a reviewer, will check to see if my edit makes sense, and they're going to do the checks that I just did. So they're going to go up and down the street. They're going to say, yeah, this Braun furniture isn't there. So then what will happen is this place will just get knocked off the map, which means that you could move up one ranking for certain search terms as a result. So you're basically eliminating your competition off the map. Let's see if there's any others that are in a warehouse here. So here's one that says Dendro Company, furniture store, and right here I see the picture here. Maybe you don't have this picture here. The other thing you could do is just flip this to Google Earth View, and we can see the satellite. Is this in an industrial area or a commercial area? Well, it does look like it from this perspective. Well, if I click down here, I can again get on the ground here and see, do we see anything that says Dendro? I can't read that, but it's definitely longer than Dendro. This one is definitely longer. I can't read what it says, but I don't see anything that looks like a furniture store. I don't see, oh, we have a sign there. Let me go check that out because I want to make sure that I'm not closing someone that shouldn't be closed. So let me see, go back and we'll see what the sign says. So a lot of times you'll see a lot of stuff in a neighborhood. Elmwood Enterprises. So that's the sign. That's for this building. And that's what makes sense here. Let's see what this address is. So it's 101 and 102. Let's go ahead here. This is 481 Scotland Road 102. So what I might want to do is check out what Elmwood Enterprises is and see if they're 101 or 102 to see if that makes sense. But this is kind of the process. You go through and you just check each one to see, does this make sense? Doesn't it? And then go from there. Now,
So what was the first step? How do you get to this screen?
Well, I just like to go right to Google Maps. So I just go to maps.google.com. And I'm going to try another one. I'll do a search term that I want to see, that I know I'll show up for, and I know my competitor, then I can see who my competitors on the map are. So let me do custom, what did you do, wood furniture?
Yeah.
Furniture, Henry. This is one way to get there. The other thing you do is you can actually just move the map to where you want, and the results will alter. What's nice is on your phone, there's a button that says search this area. You don't get that in the desktop view. But let me see. So I did custom wood furniture. This first one, Wagner's. So this is the first item that comes up in Google for this. And are we seeing? Let me just do the search again. So we get furniture by Jason is somewhere in here, hopefully. And if not, hopefully it'll be there soon. But there's Dendro again. This one, see this picture? This looks like it's a house. Okay, it's obviously a house from this picture. I'm just going to spin around once to see if there's anything on the other side. Okay, so there's definitely no businesses on this street. And if I come back, we see this a lot. And then I'll zoom into that particular place. Just check out the surrounding neighborhood. Just make sure the pinpoint wasn't put in the wrong place accidentally. This is definitely all a neighborhood. So I'm going to suggest an edit, and I'm going to say this place never existed.
Now, just to point out, you're saying suggest an edit, but you have to be signed into your Gmail account, and would you suggest personal or business Gmail account?
Either one is fine. So it doesn't matter which one it is. The more you do this, the more, and Google, and the more verified things that you get changed or removed, the faster your edits will happen. So there's some cases where you'll change information about a business because maybe the name of it is wrong. They'll actually approve your edit, within minutes. Some of the ones where you're marking places not existed actually requires most of the time someone to check it, but the difference between the business and personal account doesn't matter. You just need some Gmail account to be able to do this. Here's another one. Custom wood furniture. So this is Clabber Creek Closet Company. All right, so is there a closet company here? I don't see one. I don't see any signs.
Closet's there.
That's a neighborhood.
There's a closet. Yeah, that's a neighborhood. There's a closet. Maybe there's a closet in that room, but of course there are. But yeah, this is definitely a violation. So suggest an edit. I'm going to do this. So okay, so what happens to this from the business owner's perspective that maybe put that up there? Well, they're going to get next time they check their listing, which they should be staying on top of anyway. It's going to say to them, your listing was reported as a violation, that you didn't exist. Several other people confirmed you. If you're a home-based business, you should be hiding your address. Change those settings now. So that's what they'll see on their end.
Yeah, if you can get other people to confirm it as well, and then that'll definitely move it up on the red flag list.
Right. So this is something. So I just reported what 3 or 4 places so far. Here's another one: Pinnacle Wood Products. I'm going to click on this. I see the side of it could be a business. So in this case, this is a unique one. This is one where this could be the business, and it looks like there's some businesses here, but I can't definitively say yes, this is a violation. I can't read this sign. But what you can do is drive out here. You know, Jason, you're in McHenry, so this isn't far away. You drive out here and verify that this is a business and this is Pinnacle. Because if this isn't, and you don't find them physically in the world any around here by searching on foot and by car, let's see what this
I'd
little
probably
sign
just
says.
call first, but
Well, yeah, that's what a lot of people do too. But the point that I was going to make about physically visiting versus calling is after you do that, you can go on. There's a forum of people who also that talk about this to talk about cleaning up the map, and you just post something. You post a link to the edit that you made and say, I physically went there and I called and there's no one there, there's nothing here. Or I called the number, I asked for directions and they said, oh, well, we don't really have a location there. We do stuff by appointment only at this other address. Well, that's clearly spamming the map and trying to put pinpoints all over the place to try and get business in a way that Google does not allow. So
yes, people do that all the time at doctors or lawyers. They do that all the time, or especially like plumbers too, because they'll have, let's say each plumber has their own. They list their own home address as another location for the business, and if they're scattered all the way throughout the Lake County area, now you're starting to rank for every town around there.
people that know a little bit about what we do are actually some of the worst. So I'm going to take a look at I'm able to spell this web design Fort Myers, and you'll be able to see a lot of web design and internet marketing people put a lot of they try and keyword their stuff, which is a violation as well. So see, look at this one. So Fort Myers Web Design, Cape Coral Web Design. I don't think this is the name of their business. So first off, they're hiding their address. So that means they're doing what's right from the perspective of they're probably a home-based business and they know they're not supposed to show their address. But I'm going to go ahead and check their website here and see, is the business name really Fort Myers Web Design - Cape Coral Web Design? Because I don't think it is. And it's webdesignj.com is the name of this. And I'm going to just check their footer to see what they say they're called. Looks like they're just doing a whole bunch of keyword stuffing in their footer. I'm going to go to their contact page. Really? There we go. Contact webdesign.j for your free quote. So it looks like their business name is webdesign.j. Let me copy that. And then what I'm going to do, webdesign.j. So that's what I perceive as their business name based on how they're representing themselves. So I'm going to suggest an edit here. Come into here. I'm going to change their business name to what it's supposed to be. Hit submit. And then this will probably get approved within a few minutes because I do this all the time. So now they won't get the advantage of having keywords in their business name that shouldn't be there because that's not really their business name and it's misrepresenting themselves in the map, which is a violation. So Google certainly approves this method, and it because you're helping them improve the map and you're helping them keep people to the rules that they have established for being on the map.
I do want to point out that Google does often change their guidelines. So something that you could violate today, it might not be tomorrow, or, the opposite.
Right. So just scanning through here, see if I can find any more. Looks like the people around here are actually pretty good at not using their homes.
So this would actually be another example of something you could spend some time on that could really help, your business as well as cleaning up the map in general, as opposed to say being, posting some things on Facebook or something like that.
Oh yeah, because you think about it. Let me just do. So I'm in Fort Myers, web design. So who's coming up? These are the local results. So I can do this search and say, okay, well, I'm going to check these 3 guys out. If I click more places, this brings me right into Google Maps. But this is the person that's getting the most calls right now based on this. So there's the ads. 30% of people click on the ads. 70% of people click here and down. This gets 42% of the clicks. This gets 12%. This gets 8%. So if I'm not in this as a web designer in the Fort Myers area, I should really be, I should click on this and see if these first 3, BZ Genius, these 3 guys are actually located at these addresses. So I'm going to click on this first one. Look at this. The very first result, oh, maybe they're here, maybe they're not. It looked like a neighborhood from the first look. Let me look at the second one. All right, this one looks suspect. This is definitely a neighborhood, and I've definitely been on the street before, and I know there's no businesses here. So if I was this third one, let's see, April, okay, and this was definitely a house as well. So the second and third result are houses and a violation on Google Maps. Let me see, Interactive Marketing Studios is number 4. This looks like a legit business might be in that building. I'm not sure, but let's say it was. So from that perspective, the fourth result, so these 3 show up on the first page of Google. This fourth one is not. If I close these 2 down, the next 2 underneath pop up to the second and third result. I hope, does that sound as powerful as I'm hoping it does?
Yeah, the whole point is you're getting more phone calls, more traffic to your website, more business.
Mm-hmm.
So to get these guys out of the way and put yourself above there, I mean, and while you're following all of Google's guidelines, I mean, it's a great strategy.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. I mean, I'm not showing up here. I close these 2 places down. Now I show up. Now
and you're doing this within 10 minutes.
Exactly. So that's just a really powerful way to just snipe some rankings right away.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Do we have that covered pretty well, or is there anything else we need to go over on that? Because we are pushing our time limits a little. Want to see if make sure we got this covered. Robin, what else do we have on this?
Paul really got it on that. So.
Yeah. So I don't think there's anything else really on there. I mean, the one thing we do as part of our SEO program is we'll do this for, well, first off, we'll teach our clients how to do this through a training session if they're doing our consulting, or if they're a full service client with us, we'll take care of this for them. So we'll just go through and we have a massage therapy client, and I went through and closed out all the massage therapists that are operating, that have listings set out of their homes. So this way, I've just basically removed her illegal competition on Google. Same thing for my financial planning client. We did the same thing for him. So we can go through and take care of this for you, or you through the consulting, we can teach you how to do it. So it's just one way to increase your rankings on Google, and like Robin said, the bottom line is more business, getting phone calls, and making more money, and that's what SEO is supposed to be about, right, Terry?
Absolutely. So we did talk today about the Google page a little bit and getting that optimized and getting your reviews, which is a great way to get move yourself up and get yourself in a better position to be found. And then we talked about this, about looking at your competition. And just want to emphasize again, and at perfect timing, we pulled up our favorite chart here. But when you start looking at the social media, that little tiny blue sliver is your social media section of SEO. And I know we just talk to people every day who are so inclined to get on Twitter and Facebook, and which is fine. And we don't say that's something you shouldn't be doing. But these things that we're talking about now are so much more powerful in the overall world of SEO and getting yourself found on Google. That this is the kind of thing that you can learn, spend a little bit of time, and just make a major difference in how many new targeted customers are heading in your direction.
Yeah, if it's worth 5% of ranking on Google and search engines, then spend 5% of your time on Facebook and Twitter and your other social media sites, and then spend the rest, 95% of your time, doing all of these other items.
Of your marketing time.
Yes.
Not all of your time.
Not all of your time.
All right. Well, that's great. So I think we really opened some eyes, hopefully, on this today, and did a great job on that. Appreciate it. And now I think we should go sort of do there. Perfect. You're way ahead of me. Fantastic. So again, we want to review Awesome Dynamic, easy for me to say, and what we do. So again, we can help you get a responsive web design going and make sure that you have a very effective 24-hour salesman showing people who are searching mostly on their mobile devices about your business. We can help you with search engine optimization, and we showed you some examples of some of the things we can either teach you to do or do for you to get yourself found on Google. Today we didn't really talk about our Amazon seller consulting, but we have many ways to help people get on Amazon or to fix their Amazon listings and have an overall improvement on the amount of sales that they're getting on there. We do a great job on that with a lot
and
of
there's a ton of Amazon tips on the blog as well.
There you go. Thank you very much. And then we did mention briefly the benefits of getting a Google Street View tour of your business. Does a lot of things. It will show people the size and of your business and show that it's a legitimate business in a business area and all the things we talked about today as well. It's also especially bars, restaurants, that kind of thing. Great way to preview the place before you get there. And there's quite a boost to your SEO from doing so as well. We have some good examples of that. Here's one, and you're just able to march around here and really get a great feel for what the business has to offer. And for Jason at the furniture store, this would be a fantastic way for people to get a really good feel for what he does. And we think that every business should probably get their hands on one of these. And it's a relatively inexpensive way to really get your business out there and boost your SEO at the same time. So something that we definitely can help you with as well. And then we want you to review us and give us a 5-star Google review if you found what we've done today to be worthwhile for you and helped you build a knowledge base to help you improve your business. So go ahead and click that 5-star and tell us what you liked about what we did. We'd always appreciate that. And remember to get your own while you're at it as well. Very important, as we talked about today. Get on our email list, the Awesome List, and keep up to date with everything we're doing. These webinars are every Thursday. They're also listed on there as well. Get our times. We rotate between 12:30 and 3 o'clock. Try to make it advantageous for everybody to get on there. And we want you to join in and have your business featured on here if you're interested. We have our events tab as well. I don't think we have anything currently going on that's on there now, but a lot of things popping for later in the summer and into the fall. So keep an eye on that. And Paul, Robin, what did I miss?
You should demand awesome.
Yes, always demand awesome. All right. Well, I think we're going to sign off. So I want to thank everybody for helping. Everybody did a great job today, and I hope you got a lot out of it, everybody. And remember, you can type in some questions and interact with us in the future when you jump on there. We want to answer your direct questions and help you on our webinar. So we will see you next Thursday, and thanks for stopping by.